Picked in round 4, edge rusher Maxx Crosby is the steal of the 2019 NFL Draft. He leads all edge rushers drafted in 2019 in sacks, and that's a group that includes first-round picks Nick Bosa, Montez Sweat, Brian Burns, Rashawn Gary, Josh Allen, and his teammate Clelin Ferrell. And he did that playing most of his second year with a torn labrum. But that's not all that was wrong with Crosby in 2020. He was still good enough to get 10 sacks if healthy, but he seemed to lose some of his burst from the bulk he put on to play the run better. Defensive coordinator Gus Bradley said he leaned up and looks fast again. He also sounds like he's going to turn Crosby into a pass rush specialist. So Ferrell will line up at base end in the base defense, and Crosby will take his spot when he kicks inside on passing downs. That will keep the lighter Crosby fresh to rush the passer. I expect a career high in sacks as a result. So less weight and less snaps will lead to more sacks for Crosby. As a rookie, Crosby made a big play against the run every once in a while. But that wasn't the case most of the time, as he was too light to fight and too thin to win. And he didn't have the strength to come off his block and grab the running back right after. He even got handled by tight ends at times. Here, the tackle's going to combo off and the tight end's going to handle him by himself after that. And here, the tight end's going to handle him all by himself. But Crosby showed right away as a rookie that he can rush the passer. Then inside linebacker Vontaze Burfict gets there first, but it doesn't count due to penalty anyway. Then in week 2 he got his feet wet even more and put some pressure on the quarterback. He's going to get some help from then defensive tackle Maurice Hurst on this pressure here. You can see him getting closer and closer at the beginning of his rookie year. And when he couldn't quite get there, he can get that big paw up and bat one down. Then in week 5, he finally scratched against the Chicago Bears. Then with all that relentlessness, he did it again in Green Bay. Then his next game in Houston, he didn't get there, but he had a ton of pressures. But the refs didn't like this one because he hit quarterback Deshaun Watson a little too hard. Now onto the LA Chargers a couple weeks later. Look at the hands here. And here, he's going to show a little bull rush. And another bull rush to force the interception. He put a ton of pressure on then quarterback Phillip Rivers all night. But this spin move got him his only half a sack on the night. But more importantly, this pressure forced an interception that saved the game for the Raiders. Then in week 11 against the Cincinnati Bengals, he was incredible. The cross chop and the burst for 1 sack. Bull rush for 2 sacks. Not being fooled and taking advantage of not being blocked for 3 sacks. And the inside stunt for 4 sacks. What a day for Crosby. But he didn't stop there. he showed his relentlessness again in this sack against the Jets the next week. Then he strikes again with this inside move in Week 15 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then in Week 17 against the Denver Broncos, he was extremely disruptive. He gets a hand on this pass after not going for the fake. Then look at the hands on this sack. Then the relentlessness on the sack fumble here. Now that's how you close out a rookie season. 2 sacks to leave him with 10 for the year, showing the Raiders they had an edge rusher for years to come. Then for year 2 he had bulked up to over 270 pounds, but the result was the same against the run. He got tossed up right there. He still can't get off blocks. Watch him get hemmed up here. Here he gets held out of the point of attack by a tight end. It's tough sledding in there for Crosby against the run. He's going to get tossed up by Travis Kelce on the crackback here. Oh! But he can still put that heat on the quarterback. He started the season off getting held a lot. But what do you do when you can't get there? Get those big paws up. Then in Week 3 against the New England Patriots, he would scratch. Once because of his relentlessness, and again because of his hands. He got rid of him quick there. Now we're in Week 4 against the Buffalo Bills, and it's his relentlessness again. The guy gained 15-20 pounds and still has that motor. And that bend. But Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes gets away from this one in Week 5. And with that relentlessness, Crosby continued to chase Mahomes around. Then with his counterback inside, Crosby sacks Mahomes for the first time in his career. One thing I noticed is Crosby's burst isn't quite the same after putting on all that weight as he makes the tackle here. But the hands and the bend are still there, and make no mistake, he still has enough burst. Add that to the relentlessness he shows again here, and he still has enough to get 10 or more sacks per year. That torn labrum is the only reason why he fell short at 7 this year. And more importantly, he's going to always bring the heat against Mahomes and the Chiefs. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz now gone from the Chiefs, and Orlando Brown and Lucas Niang replacing him at the tackle spots. Again, Crosby lost a step putting that bulk on. Crosby of 2020 would have had a sack, or the quarterback would have had to throw it sooner. But like I said before, he still had enough to get 10 or more sacks if not for the injury. The good news is he's healthy and he's leaned back up. And it sounds like Bradley wants to use him mainly as a pass rusher. So we can look forward to more sacks like these from Crosby. Crosby took the NFL by storm as a rookie in 2019. It was something else to see a 4th-round pick get 10 sacks as a rookie. Then Crosby showed up for year 2, bulked up but with a little less burst. He also had a torn labrum and he still ended up with 7 sacks. But like Bradley said, he's leaned up and got his quickness back. And it looks like he's going to be kept fresh to rush the passer on passing downs. That should lead Crosby to a season of 12 to 15 sacks in 2021. So that's how less will lead to more for Crosby. Thank you for watching. See you next time.